And now it's grammar time. So I would like for you to have your grammar book ready because we will be working on this. But for now, just have it ready on the side and ready position. We have to review our sentence jingle again because we're going to be working a little bit with our sentences. So here we go, our sentence jingle. Sentence is complete, complete, complete. When 5 simple rules it meets. It has a and a verb. It makes with every word. Added capital letter, and an N mark. Now we're finished and aren't we smart? Now our sentence has all its parts. Remember, subject, verb, complete sense, capital letter, and an end mark too. That's what a sentence is all about. Good job. Okay, so we can see clearly through that jingle that there are how many rules to a sentence? Yes, 5 rules. And what are they? It has to have a subject. It has to have a verb. It needs to make complete sense. You have to add a capital letter, and you have to add an end mark. And what kind of end marks could we use? We could use when it tells you something, you use what kind of end mark? A period. Very good. If you're asking something, what kind of end mark are you going to use? Did you say question mark? Very good. And if you're really excited and you're showing an emotion, you put an exclamation mark. But so far, we've only been doing periods and question marks. Okay. Well, today we're going to review a little bit about our sentences, what makes a correct and complete sentence, and if it's not complete, if it's not correct, then we call it a fragment. Do you remember that? Fragment. What is a sentence? A sentence needs a subject, a verb, needs to make sense, capital letter, and an end mark. If it has all of those 5, it is a sentence. If it doesn't have one of those or 2 of those rules, then the sentence is a fragment. Fragment. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to read some sentences, and right there where you're sitting, you're going to tell me if it's a sentence or if it's a fragment. I am going to read some sentences, and then you tell me. The fish were swimming around in the aquarium. Sentence. Yes, because it has a subject, which is the fish. Does it have a verb? What was the fish doing? Swimming. It does have a verb. Does it make sense? The fish were swimming around in the aquarium. It makes sense. Now you can't see this, but it does have a capital letter and it does have an end mark. Okay. Now I'm going to do one more. And then we're going to do some together so you can see it, okay? For a few dollars. Is it a sentence or is it a fragment? And the sentence is for a few dollars. Does it have a subject? Dollars could be the subject. Does it have a verb? It doesn't tell us what the dollars are doing. So, fragment. So that sentence was a fragment. Okay, I would like for you to open up your workbook to page 410-6, page 46. And it looks like this. Page 46, 410-6. There's my page number. And we're going to go through all of these sentences, or some of these sentences, to figure out whether they are sentence or fragment. Okay. If you still need a few more moments, you can press pause and come back when you're ready. Okay. Now, remember, we need to read our instructions very carefully. I would like for you to start reading your instructions because you know that I want you to practice with your reading, and reading instructions is a great way to practice. And also, it teaches us to pay attention to everything they're asking us to do. So, the instructions say, write the letter S. What does that say? For a complete sentence, and F for a sentence fragment. Line beside each group of words below. All right, so if the sentence is a fragment, we're going to put an F. If the sentence is a sentence, we're going to write an S. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Number 1. Look at it in your book. And number 1 says, the cookies baked in the oven. Does it have a subject? Does it have a verb? Does it make sense? Does it have a capital letter? Does it have an end mark? So it is a, if you said sentence, that is correct. It is a sentence. You're going to write S. Okay, the next one. I'd like for you to read the next one. Read it loud and clear. Very good. It says, bells rang. Okay. Does it have a subject? What do you think? Is there a subject in there? Yes, bells. Okay. Is there a verb? What are the bells doing? They rang. Yes, it has a verb. Okay. Does it have a capital letter? Got a capital letter. Does it have an end mark? So, is it a sentence? It is. It doesn't matter how small or how short the sentence is, as long as it has all the rules, then it is a sentence. So if you wrote S for sentence, you're correct. Okay, number 3. Go ahead and read number 3 for me. What does it say? A brown camel. Okay, a brown camel. Does it have a subject? Sure, camel. Does it have a verb? Does it tell us what the camel is doing? No verb. It has a capital letter. It has an end mark. It kind of makes sense, but it's not a complete sentence. So it's a fragment. So we're going to write what letter? F for fragment. Okay, next one. Number 4. I'd like for you to read it. And it says, that new book. Let's go over our rules. That new book. Does it have a subject? would it be, what do you think the subject would be? Our noun, what would be the noun? What is a noun? A noun is this little noun floating around names a person, place, or thing. Okay, so that new book, is there a noun there? Is there a subject? Book. Is there a verb? What is the book doing? No verb. Does it make sense? Kind of. But does it have a verb? Does it have a capital letter? Yes. Does it have an end mark? Yes. So it has 4 of the rules, but one of the most important ones is not there. It doesn't have a verb. So it is a fragment. All right, number 5. Number 5, what does that say? Please read it out loud for me. It reads, watches baseball. Let's go over those rules. Watches baseball. Does it have a subject? Noun. Baseball is a noun. It's a thing. Does it have a verb? Yes. Does it make sense? Watches baseball? Does it have an end mark? Does it have a capital letter? Yes, but there's one that doesn't meet, which is it doesn't make sense. So it is a fragment. Okay, let's do one more, and then I'm going to have you complete the rest, making sure you follow all those 5 rules and make sure you pay attention to all those rules. If it doesn't meet one rule, then it's a fragment. It has to meet all the 5 rules. The last one that we'll do together is number 6. So, number 6, what does it say? Please read it for me. Across the street. Okay, does it follow the rules? Does it have a subject? Does it have a verb? Does it make sense? Does it have a capital letter? Does it have an end mark? What do you think? Is it a sentence or is it a fragment? I'm going to write my answer. What did you say it was? Fragment. That's right, because it does not have a verb and it doesn't make sense. So it can't be a complete sentence. All right, boys and girls, so you will do on your own. You're going to do it independently, which means on your own, by yourself. You're going to do number 7 all the way down to 15. If you need help sounding out some of those words, go ahead and ask the person that's there with you to help you sound out those words. But I know that if you try really hard, you can sound out most of those words and you can read that sound.